again, gets inside and banks it in. And the Heat with their first is that jump shot. Quickly down the other way. LeBron James on the pull-up, the flick of the wrist. James.
Well, good advance pass by Chalmers into James's rhythm jumper, but I would have rather seen James
rotation second half. Shot clock winding down. James the jump shot. He's in double figures already. 29% from the field. The Heat, 57%.
When there's a front of the low post, there has to be someone flash into the high post so you can go high-low. You don't want to catch the ball at the three-point line and throw these lob passes. Well, 4 charges taken, 2 by James, 2 by Battier, by rotating early with strength.
Basketball.
It still is, but it's just being...
James fouled again, and he banks it in! LeBron James nails a three-pointer and a chance for a 4-point play. As the Heat have opened this one up here in the second period.
Think about the strength that this takes.
Oh, it's a 2, not a 3, but still an unbelievable shot.
Create a shot for somebody else.
James against J.R. Smith. One dribble, pull up, puts it in. 21-point lead, and LeBron James has 21 points. James, the finish, and a foul. What an eruption here in the second quarter.
This is a bad man right here. Driving left, slides by Jeffries, and in between J.R. Smith, finishes.
Wall basketball. LeBron James and the Heat on a, get this, 24-2 run to end the first half. The Knicks in trouble, playing some crazy, weird basketball. What are they going to do to stop LeBron?
In that first half, and the flagrant one was called, and then he got a nice three-point play opportunity by drawing Smith into the air, and then the little step back to his left, and then the sliding by Jared Jeffries.
Third. James on the pull-up. That shot falling, he's unstoppable. 7 of 8 from the field, the lead 25.
We're all about taking these type of, difficult calls. You've got to be able to just play through it as James attacks.
A quick, explosive move.
Well, when you relocate off that post-up, it makes it difficult for Carmelo Anthony to get the right angle to close out, and then Shumpert. Haslam's there for the follow, and then on the loose ball, the play before, left-hand scoop pass to Miller for the 3. From the second quarter on, it's been all...
Battier gets the rebound. James the drive, the adjustment, the bank shot. 20.
Well, the ball swings to him. Anthony closes hard, puts it down on the floor. And again, when Tyson's
third quarter, James against Anthony. Puts up a 3. Bang! LeBron James from downtown. 81-47. He's got 32 through 3 quarters. What a performance in game 1 for James and the Heat. 32 points in 32 minutes, and the defense spectacular. The Heat forcing 24 Knick turnovers. The Knicks, which is 47.
The Miami Heat, a dominant performance, started with defense, forcing 27 turnovers so far for 38 points, and then James has been terrific offensively. 10 of 14 from the floor, 11 of 14 from the free throw line. He has it rolling.
Wade is scored the last 11. James with that head of steam to fade away. And picked up by LeBron. That is a foul. This gives Miami, Reggie, their biggest lead early in this contest.
Strength, vision, the ability to...
As 8, Knicks have led by as many as 4. Here is LeBron. LeBron James to a 4 with 5.
Dwayne Wade has been posting up.
Look at that. Oh, my gosh.
LeBron James and Mario Chalmers, just a simple little wink of the eye, and that's exactly how LeBron James just curls out of there. Just throw it to the sky and let him finish.
Rebound by Wade. He'll come the other way. Wade, LeBron! Wade came out the other day and said he is better than me. He is our leader. I don't mind taking a secondary role. That time they worked hand and glove.
Talking about in transition, you mentioned it. Dwayne Wade throwing it to probably the MVP this year.
The MVP, he plays his defense as well as his offense.
Absolutely.
Charging here, LeBron James.
What did Eric supposed to tell us? For us to be successful this year, LeBron James, his ability to play all 5 positions, not only does he have to be the most valuable player on our team, but also the defensive player of the year.
It has the ball away, triggers it out to James. Here's transition for Miami, LeBron. Who in their right mind would get in the way of that guy when he has a full head of steam down the lane?
When you turn the ball over or a block shot, which is like a turnover, and you get the ball into the hands of LeBron James at 250, his strength and ability to take contact from... LeBron is not the scorer as he comes over to steal like Carmelo is.
Back the other way is James. But he is a runaway freight train.
But when it talks about strength, he's the much stronger player of the two. And it's his versatility, it's his size, it's his ability to take the contact. Once he gets into that paint area, 1, 2 blue jerseys around him, it's that ability to put the ball in the basket, which has allowed Miami to go up by 11.
Mike Miller, Daddier, Chalmers. Oh! And LeBron!
Kevin, how many times have we seen 2 or 3 Knicks players in the contact and his ability to finish? And that's your center, 7'1" Tyson Chandler, going into you.
Chandler picks up his second personal foul. I don't know what is on. Those shots. Kicks out nicely to Landry Fields. Lost the ball. Nice defense. A turnover. The other way to LeBron. Boy, the comfort level.
To LeBron James. Here's the turnover by Fields. And what did we talk about? The Miami Heat is the best team in the league going from defense to offense because of their 2 finishers. Dwayne Wade easily had a dunk right here, but he understood. LeBron James trailing. Look at the finish there. Beautiful. Numbers 4th in scoring.
LeBron James. Now Miami in the second quarter, 4 of 11. From James, 2 of 8. The throwaway, the deflection. Bosh, the look away. James for 2 and the Chandler foul.
Basketball here. And I don't know where Chandler was throwing the basketball. A good decision here by Bosh.
Eventually, I can't afford to take Melo out. LeBron's coming back. We just got to keep grinding, man.
All right, Mike, thanks.
And James slides in, puts up the runner, and puts up And off his miss. Gets another offensive rebound. He's got 5 off the bench to begin the fourth. Homers, and they got James playing the point, basically. Bringing the ball up. He'll put up a 3.
Oh my goodness.
That's it. That is it. The fuse has been lit.
Something to be said when you have fresh legs coming in the start of the fourth period, and LeBron James is trying to put a stamp on this game. Second and third, multiple efforts here for that, and then the 3 at the end that just rattles in. 8 quick points.
Anthony defending James. LeBron. James has 25, and he'll go to the stripe, and Anthony reaching in. He'll pick up his 3rd personal foul for the New York Knicks.
Here's the difference between fresh legs and a guy that's been on the floor pretty much the whole evening. And just
into Teterboro, got here not too much before tip-off, started and has helped this team. LeBron James. James has put in 30 points. You know, the late arrival on the scene by Baron Davis. I mean, one thing after another, as Carmelo said, and LeBron puts in another. He now has...
He has really struggled. 34%. Comes down the other end to James, and James lays it in. 6 straight points by the Heat. And they're quickly up by 5. Beautiful % shooting. And easy bucket for James as Mike Miller.
People say that fueled him. Well, what happened? Didn't fuel him the first 3 quarters. I mean, it just, everybody writes the story after the story as he makes a jump shot. The guy has had bad stretches before and come out and play.
And as the first quarter comes to an end, the Knicks lead the Heat by 2. This presentation of the NBA playoffs coming up on 2 minutes gone by here in the second. Still even. James the drive. So difficult to defend.
By James, but this is just poor defense by the Knicks. Jared Jeffries got absolutely no help. J.R. Smith didn't move off the corner. That's when you know you have a true fan.
James left wide open, rattles that one in. He's in double for drive, gets inside, misses. Anthony's tip won't go. And here comes Chalmers to Wade. James cutting to the basket, lays it in. Good look from Dwayne Wade.
James only 6 for 14, but when he had Baron Davis on him, he got to his sweet spot there for the pull-up off the pick and roll, and then a little UCLA cut for the mid-range jump shot. And here when he's at the elbow, you look at Josh Harrelson, he's staring at Mike Miller. His job is to help on the penetration. He recognized...
James, a three-pointer. It's good. LeBron James answers back. Victory today, but still plenty of time remaining. James is open. James for 3. Knocks it down. LeBron James answers back to tie the game.
A miscommunication on the switch. That
James spins, gets inside, puts it in, and the foul. LeBron James with a chance for a 3-point
finish with the left hand running hook.
LeBron James almost had it poked away by Anthony, and then Chandler fouls out. Novak will come in.
And Mike, this is sometimes the most overlooked part of rebounding, the free throw rebound.
He didn't do it this year.
It's Chandler inside. What a rejection by James. Picked up.
Talking about meeting at the summit here. This is the defensive player of the year, and Chandler going up again back to Miami. There's a reason why LeBron James is in line to pick up his 3rd MVP trophy. Not only his scoring, but his ability to find his teammates when they go to that bigger lineup and put him at the on Melo.
Chalmers into Douglas. Rebound by LeBron. That is the 5th second quarter offensive rebound by Miami tonight. Sunday, when there was a lot of Battier in his face. By J.R. Smith, LeBron. Woo! Right now, the Heat. Dakota, who picks up his 3rd personal foul.
Look how easy this dunk is for LeBron at the other end. Just blows by J.R. Smith. A 6-point game. It feels like it's 13 or 14-point advantage for Miami. If you're with me, you're happy about this.
LeBron James inside. Hit the rim. Wade. LeBron James.
In a playoff series.
Carmelo now at 19, and LeBron James with 18 points as he sneaks inside and puts during that little span there. And so now they have Fields watching James. Anthony was on Joel Anthony down. No one expected Linsanity. They were getting ready to cut him before they gave him a chance to start. It's LeBron James.
Commissioner handed the hardware to James a moment ago.
Your third MVP. Magic, Larry, Moses, and now LeBron. Congratulations, LeBron James, the 2011-2012 Kia NBA Most Valuable Player.
Just like I told my teammates yesterday, this is not just my award, this is their award, and this is also you guys' award also.
With garnered defensive first, second team over the years. There's Wade, there's James, and the first takeoff of this series.
Now, well, you can't go to sleep here.
Heat.
Just keep an eye right here on the fast break. We know that LeBron James gets out on the break as well as Wade, and they're constantly looking down the floor. So everyone was looking, who's my man? Well, whenever the shot went up, the guards have got to be back.
Takeaway by James. LeBron sees Dwayne. James the follow.
Never assume, and that's what the blue shirts did. Now keep an eye on this movement. Now, there's your lob. Now watch when the shot goes up. He misses the shot, but a little push-off by LeBron James. That will always negate a player.
Coach bench needs to get in there now. David West just picked up his second foul. James circles in and scores inside. Against Hibbert. They let LeBron go right to the basket. Beautiful reverse finish.
Now, that was an incredible eye on LeBron. Just watch as he comes now. He's going to have Hibbert looking for the shot block, but come up on the other side. Hibbert cannot go for the block because of the rim. Keep the passing lanes 12 to 15 feet. I don't know what's happened to them in the second half. Bad spacing.
10 turnovers for Indiana, and James hangs in the air, ties the game at 52 in Frankfurt in basketball country. Halfway through the quarter, James, MVP.
That's your job. Stay in front of him. He gets the pass for his 5th assist. Now, right here, you can see on the drive, Hibbert could not go for the shot block. Now, once we get down inside here, yeah, you're too late getting to him. He's feeling it. There is another assist.
James on the pitch out. Vadier for 3. James got the rebound of the miss. James, I got an assist there.
All right, now, LeBron James.
Only 3 of 17 shooting threes in this game. James.
Now that was a tough shot. We score every time down the floor. Now this is just great. How about this move right there? As I'm going down, I release the...
I'm still not understanding why my name is in there. You know, I'm a historian of the game. You know, like I said, if I wasn't watching those guys live when I was younger, you know, I was reading about them. If I couldn't read about them, then I would try to catch them on, you know, the classic games. And every last guy on that list, I got an opportunity to watch play in some way, shape, or form. And, you know, just to see my name on that list is like, wow, it's breathtaking.
And Turiev, they have 12 points and 8 rebounds in this game.
James in a very comfortable rhythm now. James and Wade have 20.
Comes for that second shot putback.
With a quiet second half for Hibbert in foul trouble. James given space. He's dribbling to open space, and Indiana didn't give him that area. The heel chased down by Chalmers. Here's James. To this timeout.
Now, when that ball rebounds out long, come on, you have to rotate back. This is the most critical time of the game. This is just a strong move, and you know that either Wade or LeBron...
Down block. And Hubie, these guys on the offensive end have scored
points in the second half. And Wade has 16 in the second half.
They have 38 of the Miami 48 points in this half.
Indiana into 4% of shots.
Wade falls, kept the dribble alive. Clock at 5. Here is James. Check, please. Timeout Pacers. Lead is 9. 25 points in the quarter. All but 2 from LeBron and D-Wade. The Heat is close to going up 1-0 in the series.
Really tall. Not that there's anything wrong with the piano or golf or tennis. LeBron James. So the Pacers now lead at 9.
You're going to push the ball up the court. Your bigs have to run with them. There's going to be some shots in transition, in trail.
Well, LeBron showing us his version of the teardrop.
He shows on its speed and its pick and roll coverage, but they forgot about it on that last possession. Meanwhile, LeBron doing what he does. Little float.
Here comes James. Beautiful return pass from Wade. Volleyball return by Dwayne Wade.
So when the ball goes into Hibbert, and when it does slow down, that's a good thing, because otherwise they're doing this. They're playing against a fast Miami team and chasing them. Look at that touch pass from Wade.
James again with the runner.
I think he's been working on that, Mark. We didn't see a whole lot of that.
Shot clock to 5. Anthony setting the pick. James. He had missed his previous 4 shots.
Again, everything in the Miami offense slowing down.
James off a spin, it counts, and the foul. Chalmers with the runner. Kept alive by James this time.
Played the entire second half and just dominated at 16 points in the fourth, and there's 2 more to start this quarter.
James gets inside. And James and Granger have words. The official Ed Malloy gets between them.
Did not know that. Meanwhile, here's the play. Granger gets on the wrong side of LeBron. He anticipated that LeBron was going to run to the high post to catch the ball, loses position, and then you see what happens. It's pretty much just 2 guys playing hard, getting tangled up here. But he tried to block the shot here, and James took offense to that elbow. Granger thinking maybe they were just tangled up. The old double tech.
Take it back home at 1 apiece. James on a 1 bounce for Anthony, who gets inside. James on the follow.
Nice action from Mike. Well, it's getting physical. It is heating up here. Indiana trying to tie up this series. LeBron and Dwayne Wade in the fourth quarter, taking over 49 to start the quarter. But these 2 guys have...
By Wade, always among the top 10 in steals. LeBron, little floater, he's hit one of those in each of the games in the series. To foul, got nothing. Here goes LeBron. The freight train down the lane for 2.
Remember we said, if you're going to shoot the big Georgel and up the floor. Now down here, LeBron is going to take it. He or Wade, once they get it foul line.
Now there's been a lot of talk about your future, but really no clear-cut answer on your future. How long do you see yourself in this role?
I really don't.
LeBron takes it, hangs in the lane. That's 8 straight field goals for the Heat.
Now, I just want to say one thing about Hibbert.
Cole, as deeper in the rotation go the Heat after the Bosch injury, and James continues this great run for the Heat. So Miami
open Indiana out of their set route right here. There's LeBron with the floater. He's not getting down inside. Now watch the key pass. Drop it off. Set up Anthony. He's
from the field. 3 with the series all even at 1. It's the Heat by 9. Rebound by Haslam. Good job by Haslam to get inside. LeBron followed it up. He never stopped moving after he took that shot.
Now, see, right much about preparation, hard work, and learning to be a professional from those 3 guys.
LeBron went right around 2 defenders to throw it down and tie the game.
George didn't have a chance. Just watch as he switches over with the left hand. We all know that LeBron explodes on this play right here. He splits everything and attacks. He shoots over 80%, and he's a terrific three-point shooter.
James stops at 12-1. Pacer run. Now on Hill as their arms got locked. The clock's at 10. Here comes James. There's LeBron's second field goal.
Able to do that. Only 5 attempts in this game.
LeBron knocks down back-to-back shots here. by Anthony. Miami needs something to ignite them. James coming to the basket, and there they go. A block on one end, and LeBron dunks on the other.
Well, we're 6 a game in this series. Now, this is LeBron just taking it strong. Hibbert is not going to pick up a foul. They're not getting the floater so easily.
Doris Cole, Mike Miller come into the game, along with Udonis Haslem as James. Quick post and a score inside to the
wall, but they're extremely quick.
Wade remains on the bench, running the offense through James. Beautiful finger roll by LeBron across the lane.
Yeah, I like unless you get block shots, deflections, and then also you hold the team to one shot.
James on a step back, so many have said LeBron needs to have.
And keep an eye on LeBron here now. He's going to attack. You can see the push off, and then by avoiding Hibbert.
Put back, and Udonis Haslem, who's really been struggling. Take away by Wade. Lead for James at the basket. And the Heat tighten it up to a three-point game.
Well, you see, look how this is a small second unit for the Indiana Pacers. No shot blocking. Great anticipation, and then LeBron James has been at that rim.
If you haven't been with us through the series, what a great luxury. He started 56 games this year. Nice attack to the rim by James, and they got Hibbert
in 36% from the field. He was getting a lot of shots.
LeBron able to rattle it in as he stopped Danny Granger with that quick behind the back. He's got one of the league's best defensive players, James, in his way, and a floater over Hibbert. And LeBron's done that at least one time in every game of this series. The fourth foul, but not called. Attack by James. Hibbert waiting, and one for LeBron, and a chance for the three-point play in there.
That was beautiful. I mean, just watch the hit here. He's going to take this hit, and he still can control the shot where he can bank the ball off the glass.
A little helter-skelter the last minute. James, a floater. 2 of those in this game.
Well, he's been able to keep his dribble, and he worked Wade. 2 points in the first 22 minutes, 12 in the last 7.
And the tomahawk jam by James. It's a 2-point game, and since Wade
happen every single time. Now this is just a strong move. Give it up. Why? 2 of them are playing together beautifully in the last 10 minutes of this game. He gets
pitch to Haslem. On the attack, James. What a pass for Wade! And what a show they are putting on in this third quarter.
Now keep an eye on LeBron going left. Now just watch this. Off the bounce. Wow. Boom. Right there, right on the spot. They had a 2-on-1 down in low. He made the right choice.
On Indiana. And it's been a show in this third quarter by the 2 guys. All those field goals down for Miami. James attacking Barbosa. Bang! And a bucket for LeBron. 37 in a row.
Contact, and just watch how he controls the ball and then spins it off the glass. Just beautiful. No way, Barbosa. As soon as LeBron saw Barbosa pick him up, he just changed direction and attacked the rim.
George fronting LeBron. Pass over the top to James.
There's nothing you can do with LeBron.
Clock at 3. James finding Joel Anthony. James on the putback.
Oh, boy.
Fans want the cylinder. Too close. Barbosa with James back. Goes at him. James with a block. Haslem just
once again runs his man down and gets this block right there. All right, off the glass. Now, when Barbosa...
Wade, questioned, criticized, but he has come back with a tremendous second half attack and keeps scoring in this second half.
Especially LeBron James. Let's face it, he has 37 points, but he has the ability to attack the rim, take the physical contact, score the basketball on the continuous 1 field goal. All of this has happened since that period of time. And
so want to redeem ourselves. We play some good ball.
You had 2 days to think about that loss.
A back door right over here, and they got a dunk, and you know, you just want to see the ball go in when you're struggling, and I was happy I was able to assist them on that.
LeBron is on it. 2-on-1 with Wade. Goes all the way.
Well, this is the problem when you play Miami. Turnovers or long rebounds turn into a nightmare for your defense. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade coming right at George Hill. Nothing he can do. Team points, so great sign for Eric Spoelstra.
LeBron goes to the driving hook. That's his second field goal. He has 4 points. Mike Miller,
they just missed a lot of open shots.
Shot clock to 5. James to the step back and hits.
Well, you live with that if you're everyone else standing around.
Final seconds of the quarter. Here's LeBron for 3, which has not been his forte. LeBron James pokes it back out. Another possession. James for 3. That's his second three-pointer of the night. He covered just one by Anthony and Battier. Bad pass picked off by LeBron. Look out. Here comes James. Put a little on that one.
He did. I don't even know if
that for 3. James is on it. Here comes James to Wade. Back to James. At the buzzer. That'll count.
It's good offense. And the offense has been horrible here the last several minutes. And that's what led to this spurt for Miami. Extending out to the 9-point lead. Bad shots, turnovers, long rebounds. And the Heat taking a 9-point edge in minutes. Several turnovers, bad shots. This was the last play of the half. Tremendous play from Wade and LeBron. The give and go. That leads to the 9.
Miller from American Airlines Arena in South Florida. James off the lead pass from Kuriak.
Very poor defense on the weak side. LeBron comes off the pick, and there's just no help at the rim.
That pass picked off. Wade flips it down beautifully. Wade to James. They are running on all cylinders here tonight. 18-point lead, and Indiana will talk it over.
I think Dwayne wanted to just return the favor, Barb, because a couple minutes ago it was LeBron with the baseball pass to Wade. This time they revert back in.
Here's Norris Cole has just checked in. Eric Spoelstra making some moves as LeBron has had a month. They won 12 of their last 15. They knock off Orlando in 5 in the first round. Oh, LeBron with a bank.
Now from what we saw in game 2.
James looking to put a move on Hansbrough. And then shoots over him and hits. Point explosion in game 4. LeBron James setting it up on Tyler Hansbrough. Just under 6 left in the 4th.
Downs in the playoffs like a lot of young players. Wade throws a wild pass back out to James and gets inside. Quickly
what they want to happen.
Granger up on James. James drives, gets inside. Tough shot. Of course, a big story here in Indianapolis. Shot clock down to 5. James with the jump shot.
And you know what? Even morning.
Wow. 8-point turnaround after they trailed by 11. Ball deflected, still alive. Cole has it. Cole ahead to Wade. Back for James. And the flush. Crowd wanted to travel.
Well, again, another turnover by the Pacers. And behind the back pass, the bobble.
It's pretty close. Right now, it's a 13-2 run.
James drives, goes right at Hibbert, goes past him, and makes it look easy. LeBron James now with 11 performers, always raises his level. That was so confusing early as James knocks down the jumper. And that terrible game 3. Shot clock down to 8. James, little jab step, knocks down the jumper. LeBron James now with 15. James, the drive goes right at Hibbert. Tough shot. 17 for LeBron James.
But just a terrific play by James. And here a nice finish going to his.
Now the enemy. James gets inside, banks it in. What a difficult shot for LeBron James. Now Vogel is yelling at Mark Davis. Now watch James after he makes a sensational move. And it says something, not much, but says something.
If you make that good, I mean, look at this running hook shot from like 12 feet.
plus 8 rebounds.
And they took Hibbert out to get better defense. They missed a switch there. They trapped it.
Now drives hard, puts up the shot, and gets it to go. It's back to 10. And a time to back key buckets from James. Pacers had cut it to 6. He hits 2 in a row, and it's back to 10 with a minute and a half to play. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. Shot clock winding down. James waiting, puts it up, puts it in. And the largest lead of the night. And Miami have met in the postseason. Last year's second round is James to the basket. The Heat won in 5 games last year. Played with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They had that great Game 7 duel. Bad pass from Rondo. And James with one of the easiest shots he's had. Overs against any team, but especially this team. And LeBron James with 5 points. Dwayne Wade with 4. The Heat off to a good solid start here in Game 1.
Garnett is one of the best.
Oh, Chalmers this time. The one to throw it to James. You were saying?
I'm stunned.
Garnett's going to get an early seat on the bench.
Well, taking advantage of Paul Pierce trying to deny the wing entry, James cuts back door. And again,
injuries they've had in their front court during the course of the year. James, tough catch. Backs it in. That wasn't a great pass from Battier. James made it look easy.
Layup. LeBron James on a cut. And then the back door off the half wing denial. Nice play by Chalmers to James. But these are the ones you're going to have to eliminate.
It's 7. Pierce has the strength to deal with LeBron James. Not many players can say that. And not many players can do that. Petrus on James. Petrus is a good defender. James drives, left-handed, puts it in. Pretty shot from LeBron James. What a first quarter he's had.
In the 2-point range. If you're Petrus, you've got to square him up better and give him.
On Paul Pierce is just 1 for 6. The Heat came in winning their last 3 games in the Indiana series. Off to a good start here in Game 1.
And I love what the Celtics are doing, setting 2 picks for him. So when you try to go under, as James hits the jump hook, as you go under versus Rondo. Well, 1 lottery selection. Harrison Barnes is in the building tonight, but LeBron James, #1 pick, 2 mini layups. You've got to take that away. If he makes this shot, and you're Paul Pierce, that's well defended, you go the other way. If he makes this shot, that's well defended.
It helps me a lot, but you still got to go out and play. As much as you may know someone or seen someone in the postseason, you still got to go out and execute. So, you know, he hit a couple threes at the end of.
It's complete Miami. Heat by 2.
Major component. First possession of the game, James took it in. Easy layup, and then the back cut after a timeout. Nice little jump hook. So those are the ones you want to try to stop. If you make him take these type of shots, well-contested 2-point jump shots, you have to live with the result.
Learning how to play with star players. James nails the jumper. Heat quickly up by 4.
Well,
Rondo tried to tip it, and Wade comes up with it, fires a baseball pass to James. What a pass and an easy layup.
And Mike, it goes back to the question you just asked. Well, how does the best player in basketball get behind the defense that much? I don't know, but great pass by Wade to James. There may not be a quarterback controversy in Miami much longer.
Wade starting to find some room to operate. Tries again, flips it inside to James for the easy 2. Pretty pass from Dwayne Wade. That's his 6th assist of the game. Get it, Rondo fakes, Rondo drives. Oh, there's the fake, flips it up, blocked by James. And a 24-second violation.
This is terrific offense. Great fake by Rondo. Great recovery and block shot by James.
That's the 8th block of the game. James flips it up and in. 13-point lead.
Well, Pietrus gets beat a little bit to the middle. And that nice touch on a most...
Wade and LeBron James have been on a tear. James has been spectacular again. He's got 27 points. We head to the fourth quarter again. Recently had Drain. James drives down to the basket, puts it in. Gets a tough rebound at one end, finishes at the other. Where the Heat under 5 to play. James drives on Garnett, pull-up shot, banks it in. 31 points for LeBron James.
Was he did the same thing, stepping back off 1 foot off his left foot and going off the board.
Wade with the rejection, their 10th block shot.
Going at Garnett. Opposite foot, little closer in, but just the balance and the touch to be able to gather and using the touch to kiss it off the board. James, same shot, shorter distance, but he left the ground off the right. They have such limited depth as Turiaf brought Garnett on the drive.
James throws it down.
Boston.
Rondo is having one of those special games. James inside, quick release. Another nice pass is just so special. And this first half, one of them. James jump shot, that's good. He was just 2 for 8 before that one. James spots up for 3. That's good. The three-pointers really been critical for Miami. They're 7 of 15.
Well,
James will try another 3. Same spot, same result. Under the radar because it's the San Antonio Spurs. Pierce blocked by James. Ahead to Wade. Wade puts it up and a foul. Great points by Miami. And he kept it. Inside, James won't go. The follow is good. 8-point lead.
and I don't like this matchup for Boston.
Rondo's staring now, looking behind to see if the screen is coming. James puts it up. Won't go. Garnett the rebound at the buzzer, and we go to overtime in game 2.
On the switch, and then Boston forfeited the right to have the last shot by not being able to get the clean defensive rebound, and that is as good a look as you're going to get on a last-second shot.
Wade telling Haslam to get out of the way. He's double-teamed, finds Haslam. Haslam looking for an opening. Can't get it to go. James tips it in with the left hand. We're tied again. And LeBron James down low with another big offensive rebound. Here's James quickly down the other end, and James banks it in with a foul. And it's obvious Miami in there
on the advance to LeBron James, and that's either got to be a harder foul to prevent the...
James inside the arc, and that's a two-pointer for LeBron James. James pulls up another two-pointer. When he has his jump shot going, he is absolutely unstoppable. And Miami
matched up. See, Pierce was all the way back covering for Bass. Bass ran by James to try to get to his own man and left LeBron James wide open. Back to the paint. The advance pass. The three-point play opportunity.
Pass inside, gets it to James. Good aggressive defense, but James patiently waits and gets the layup. LeBron James off to a terrific start. 9 points over. Remember all the Deshaun Stevenson, LeBron James? Back and forth. James drives in, gets fouled, and puts it in. He has come out with a vengeance. And
well, Chalmers with another good pick-and-roll play. Good cut by James. And again, Steamsma is getting split on those pick-and-rolls. And Ray Allen takes us. And see, Steamsma's too far away from the body of the screener. Joel.
Pierce and James have both come out strong. James tries another three. That's good. LeBron James, 14 points in 9 minutes. He's 6th Celtic fan in the world for that as well. James, pull-up jumper, puts it in. He is red hot. What a start for James. And the Heat go up by 6.
James taking nothing for granted. Comes on the first bus to get his work in, and it is paid off. Knocking in jumper after jumper. 16 points already. Miami up 3 in a high-scoring first quarter.
Start with 16 points, knocking down jumpers, including some three-pointers. But the Celtics bounce back. And it only played 48 minutes so far in the playoffs before tonight's game 3. James posting up Pierce. And that's just impossible to stop.
When it got
James out to Battier. Battier drives inside. Nice pass from Battier. And LeBron James with 20 first.
attacks Bass. Pierce helps to play very well offensively, but they have just been struggling. Even that shot right there, that is an incredibly difficult shot.
This crowd from about a half hour before tip is so fired up. James draws the foul, puts it in and one. Second time.
After picking up the dribble is such a weapon because almost everyone reacts after the dribble is picked up.
With 9 points and 4 rebounds. James drills it. Right now,
in the low post against Chalmers.
It outscored them 18-10 here in this third period. And James hits yet another. LeBron James now 8 points in the. James fakes the three, drives the floater. He just hits some tough shots here in the third. He's got buffering during the season at all. These 5 particular players. Nice pass, Chalmers to James. James individually has had a
game 2.
Well, I'm sure he's proud of it, and we'll look back at it someday, but he was legitimately disappointed as James drives in. James now with 34.
And so special.
James the drive, in and out. Garnett and Bass battling for the rebound, actually tipped it in. On early for Miami. Garnett getting his usual break. James down the lane, and you see a difference with Garnett already out.
2 things. Again, they were not as James, but look as James starts his attack. That is Rondo's help. He doesn't take it, and with Garnett not on the floor, Steamsman's not there early, and then it's too late.
Steamsman, who came in for Garnett. Rivers, does he break from his normal minutes rotation? Is James down low? Quick layup. That's 9 straight points by Miami. And bring Garnett back. With Dallas with it. Oh, alley-oop to James. Perfect pass from Chalmers.
Free throw game have to be eliminated. And from side out of bounds, Marquise Daniels cannot have a loss of concentration or body position.
Some of the greats, obviously. But he's clutch at the line in the postseason. James, quick shot. And he hurt himself a little bit. James to Haslam. Haslam back inside. Nice pass from Udonis Haslam, and James with 12 first quarter points. Meanwhile, Rajon Rondo's start. James double team, flips it up and in. Once again, James. Battier. James down the lane, hit by Bass. Shot good and one. He took a hard shot. Their points. That was the same case in game 3 for a while.
And again, another layup for James. Takes a strong hit from Bass and goes to the line to shoot Miami's first free throw.
Garnett fighting for it. Haslam comes out of it. Here's James. Nice crossover and the foul. Pretty play from James. Able to sneak past Pierce and a chance for a 3-point play.
Rondo with the ball has had a chance to put him up 20. Instead, the 3-point play opportunity for LeBron James. What he got credited with was a Bass tip in, and that got him started. And then it was just an assault on the rim, time and time again, finding his way into the paint for easy buckets. Boston making too many body position mistakes and allowing him to catch it or drive it deep.
Means a lot. Ray Allen blocked by James. Haslam picks it up. Nice
shooting foul, but we'll talk about that in a second. Good cut by Allen. Great block.
Really getting a much better feel. Knocking down jumpers. James to the basket. 22 for LeBron James.
When Garnett.
As the Heat outscore the Celtics 21-12. We head to the fourth quarter of game 4. Throws it away. Here's James ahead to Cole. Cole goes up. James banks it in. Tie game. The Heat have come back from 18 down to tie it up.
Forming Miami Heat defense leads to an easy one by LeBron James. The cross-court pass, which leads to the transition. The ball does not touch the floor. Great.
15 assists for Rondo. Crowd on its feet here in Boston. Wade to James. Open three. Puts it in. Ties the game with 37.5 seconds remaining. Fisk, Garnett can't believe the call.
Well, again, miscommunication. No rotation, no switch. Leaves the MVP wide open. And he hasn't made many jump shots tonight, Mike, but he made the one to tie it.
He had a wide open three in the other corner this moment. Chalmers to James, switches to the left hand, and then tips it in with the right hand. One arm. But it certainly hurt his effectiveness as James banks it in. Feels the contact and still able to try to get it to Steensma, and a turnover. Chalmers gets it ahead to James. James, nice hesitation. One with power, one with finesse, and it's a 7-point lead. Rondo still on the court with the 2 fouls. Pierce blocked by James as he rejects Pierce into the first row.
You need to continue to pursue. Here, Mike Miller puts his body in front. Battier contests, and then James clears him out. Boston 4 for 17 from the floor. And then the second effort misses the first. Quick second jump for the offensive rebound, and then drawing the second foul on Rondo. The intense defense that leads to the fast break opportunities, but is their effort defensively. Here, good transition defense by the Heat, and LeBron James.
First half, off to a good start. LeBron James with his usual array. These defenses can be so good. Hard enough against it without the ball movement. Or with it, I should say. James, all nice, pretty play again on his attack to the basket.
Very good looks.
James this time banks in the jumper. A nice array of buckets for LeBron James. 2-2 back with the Knicks. Back in the 90s as James hits another. 6 of 8 from the field. That one a 3.
Well, that's excellent defense. And when big...
James against Petrus. Pulls up. Another banker. Well, he's made some shots that he makes it look easy, but they are difficult, and he's now...
You're Petrus in this situation. You have to make him shoot it over the top. When he's going to the basket, that's when all bad things happen for Boston and all good things happen for the Miami Heat. Big time 1-foot stop and bank shot. Built for the help to get there early. He beats the help. He slides by Pierce for the layup. And when you catch it at that distance and Petrus tries to protect against the drive, the jump shot is more makeable here. The bank shot.
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow, as well as keep myself in a good groove too. So
games already in this series. Can we see a third? We'll find out. 2-point lead at halftime for LeBron James and the Heat.
9 rebounds, catching it tight to the rim. 1 dribble explosion.
Inside, there he gets James in for the layup. Won't go. Rebound tipped by Pierce. James has it. And the foul.
The more active he is with LeBron James against that same zone. Random cut, catches it deep, misses. Second effort. That's what the Heat need to have.
Rondo 12 assists, James on the move. That's what you talked about, even against a zone. Get him on the move, and he's unstoppable like that.
Well, James came off the pin down, attacked Garnett. And when this bulldozer's coming at you, hard to deal with. Maybe got away with a little ward off.
Wade to James, puts up the three. Bang! Miami by 2. The inbound pass, get it back. James has it. On the drive, James goes to the basket, lays it in. Quick play with 9.4 remaining.
Possession, got it to James in the attack area. Wade out over the top to open up the driving angle. Good play design. Good finish by James, knowing that Garnett wants to avoid the foul. And
He's only shooting 29% from downtown. James blows past Pearson, throws it down. And the Heat quickly with a 4-point lead.
Good attack in semi-transition, but if you saw Bass there, his responsibility is to cut James off on that penetration.
Paul Pierce all series long, having to guard LeBron James. James with the jump shot is good.
Well, James in an isolation, good jab step, good balance, and knocks it in. But again, they're better early.
On LeBron James wants to post him up on the mismatch. Shot clock down to 3. Difficult shot from James, gets it to go. And he's by James. Trying to get it inside, deflected. Celtics sloppy, they've got 4 turnovers. James on the run, gets inside, count it, and 1. And they're the transition baskets that the Celtics have done so well.
Well, on the turnovers, this is when Miami is great. James with the ball, full head of steam, takes the hit from Steamsma, and with tremendous body control and strength.
James for 3, puts it in. LeBron James from downtown. He's got 12 already.
Up on the board, and at the other end, Steamsma switches the pick and roll. LeBron James rises and knocks it in.
Lighting it up, brought to you by Adidas.
Well, it's LeBron James so far. The attack in semi-transition, the jab step jump shot, and this is where he in Miami is at their best. When he has the ball off a turnover in the middle of the floor, attacking and finish.
Petrus on James. James spins, trying to draw some contact. Boy, what a great start for LeBron James. 6 of 7 from the field.
And that's what Doc Rivers said they had to avoid. One-on-one in the post. Good shot fake. Takes a little bump from Petrus.
Celtics, meanwhile, struggling with some turnovers. In the first quarter story, LeBron James coming out early. After 1 here in Game 6. Miami by 10. Let's go. Pick up the fight. And that's what Paul Pierce described this series. A good old-fashioned bar fight as James hits it again.
And Mike, they went to the zone. And
this is his next 2. I'm sure Doc Rivers doesn't want him to hesitate then. James, meanwhile, he is knocking down everything. He's 8 for 9 from the field.
Well, just backing Petrus in. Little fade to the jump shot. Knocks it in. And then against that zone, switching man-to-man, takes Rondo right into the middle of the floor and shoots up over the...
Keon Dooling had a double-figure game. James tries again and puts it in again. 9 for 10 from the field. Right now, unstoppable. And some of these are tough shots. James again. He right now is at a special zone here in the first half.
Look at how many defenders are in his area. And he just uses a little fade.
Second quarter.
And you look at LeBron James. When you're making and taking these tough shots, people are naturally going to start to lose some discipline and react on shot fakes. These are difficult shots. So when James has Rondo posted and he turns, and he looks like he's going to shoot it, you're up the ball.
Bosh down low against Ray Allen. Turns, little jump hook won't go. James comes flying in and throws it down. He's got 27 first half points.
Well, good play by Wade to get it to Bosh, and then Bosh does a good job getting the jump hook up. Petrus forgets to block out, just watching the ball. James takes advantage, gets the running start.
And a 20-second timeout as James just throws it down. Look how high above the rim he is. And these are the Celtics. Meanwhile, 9 turnovers. Rondo's tried to make some extra special passes as James hits another 30-point first half. It's on the board, an array of shots from all over the floor. 12 of 14 from the field. He had 5 rebounds as well. Halftime from Boston in Game 6. Miami, a 13-point lead.
Look at what fans are talking about in the Toyota NBA Sports Nation. JB.
Magic, did Eric Spoelstra get in our film room?
I think so, JB. And then one Heat player told him what you said. He had to score 35 to 50 for the Heat to win, and he listened to you, JB.
I didn't mean in the first half. 30 points. But look, he is on the move. It's not isolation. It's in the post. He has made jump shots, but he's in constant motion.
Yep.
And this is just an incredible finish here.
Some motion.
He is doing it all. And look,
LeBron James came to play tonight. That scowl, he's got a scowl.
Yes.
What you need in Game 6 on the road is a scowl. He's been unstoppable. 30 points, 12 for...
They were able to keep the pace where they wanted. The attack and semi-transition there, the shot fake, the little bump and fade, and then the fade against Pietrus, the offensive rebound. And this one, the step back going right, is very difficult to balance up on.
Falling away, gets that to go off the glass. The largest lead of the night.
This really wasn't a good possession, and they just took a very difficult shot, but that's where the greatness of the superstars can sometimes bail you out.
Rondo trying to poke it away, and James floats it up and in. 34 now for LeBron James. He's given up a few pounds here.
Does a good job of protecting it as Rondo reaches and then releasing it with that little floater push shot.
James jab steps on Pietrus. Now the jump shot. That's been going in all night long. He's got 36 points. Crowd back into it again.
And I'm not a fan of how they're playing right now offensively.
James for 3, does it again, 39 points.
Well, it's a lot of standing and watching, but he is delivering. Well-contested 3 by Pietrus. That is just a big-time shot. Dwayne Wade is loving his partner in crime.
LeBron James trying to stop him.
James blows past Pearson, throws it down. James again. James comes flying in. He is knocking down everything. In an elimination game, he has been dazzling so far. 39 points, 16 of 21. He's hit a couple of threes, has 9 rebounds, and is stopped. James turnaround jumper, drills it. 41 points, and the lead back to 13.
Well, again, they got the matchup they wanted. Good rhythm turnaround jumper by Jim.
So far, it has been a masterpiece from LeBron James. 41 points. The Miami Heat facing elimination on the road. They've been up by double figures most of the night as we head to the 4th quarter of Game 6.
Well, a little 2-2-1, back to their zone.
James again, 43 points. He is knocking down jump shot after jump shot. And this has been one impressive, dominant performance. James flips it up left-handed, banks it in. He's got 45.
Well, this is a great cut and by James and a very good pass by Wade. That's what you have to do. If they're going to put more size on you, Brandon Bass is good.
One of the great clutch playoff performances while facing elimination. LeBron James, right from the opening tip, just took it to the Boston Celtics with a masterpiece tonight here at the TD Garden.
30 in the first half. These are all second half. The 1-foot step back and then the little floater as he posts up Rondo at the elbow, and then the 17-foot catch, that jab step jump shot game, and then his post game, he was going to work.
Nice pass inside, and James with his first field goal. He had about 36 points at this point in game 6.
Garnett's going to be zoning the lane. Look at Garnett, not really helping. Pierce probably should have given more of some support there to Brandon.
They pushed us. They pushed us every game, and if we ever made a mistake, they made us pay for it, putting multiple threats out on the court at the same time. Part of the reason why we all joined forces because of the blueprint that they laid. I knew I couldn't do it by myself against that team, and I knew that was the team that I wanted to get over the hump against.
Stolen by Ray Allen, his third steal. Rondo sidestep, blocked by James.
Well, Rondo pushed it, even though it was a one-shot situation. He got hit after James had already blocked the shot.
And he had just come down. Some will say, you know what, that should be a foul, but Rondo landed, came back to normal floor position, and then the momentum. James drives, the floater inside.
Foul. But it's also, if you're going to ask a guy to...
Goes over Chalmers to get it, stolen by James. Here comes James, lobs to Wade. Back to James. What a play from Wade to James. And the lead is cut to 5.
This is a huge play. Great effort on the defensive rebound by Petrus, or offensive rebound, and then the 2-on-1 fast break. A chance to go up 9. Instead, the Heat cut it to 5 on a spectacular 2-on-1 fast break.
LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, the dynamic duo, hooking up with a spectacular highlight play.
50% and scored 46 points here. A cut for...
Chalmers telling James to go. He does. Lays it in with the left hand. Chalmers and James. Here he is out there in the third as Garnett sitting. James drives on him. Hot step. Keeps his pivot foot off. Pretty play from LeBron James. 2 points, 5 boards. James on the drive to the rim. Foul, count it, and 1. Unstoppable when he gets ahead of steam like that.
And they got fortunate that the foul went on Petrus versus on Pierce, which would have been his 5th, but they've got to get where LeBron James in that semi-transition feels like he's playing in more of a crowd. Right now, in that semi-transition game,
his 10th rebound to go with 20 points. Drives to the lane. LeBron James throws it down. Miami back up by 1.
Again, Brandon Bass on an island, and Brandon Bass has to give a little bit more cushion, but Ray Allen's got to put his body in front, not swipe at the ball. Where's the help? And I know where the king is right now. He's living at the rim.
Over 5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. James looking, drives, bank shot, it's good. The Heat on a roll.
Shots right now. To me, the help is too late. The Celtics don't have shot blocking.
Shot clock down to 5. James fires a 3. Bang! LeBron James from well beyond the arc. And the Heat lead by 7. From Chris Bosh. And then when the Celtics defended him beautifully, LeBron James has to put up the long 3 as the shot clock expires. 5-point lead for the Heat here in Game 7 of a 95-86 lead. LeBron James, another.
You've got to be able to locate the best player and best scorer on your opponent as James knocks it in. For Durant to be able to walk.
Harden now on LeBron James. James drives past him, and an easy layup there for LeBron James. He's got 6. Turnover stolen by James, and throws it down. Durant already with 1 foul. Looked like he was ready to stop the play.
And gets the chance for the 3-point play, and James, excellent anticipation for the steal, and the King has arrived at the finals.
And the King just picked up his first foul.
They're really committing to James Harden on the pick and roll to try to take away his split game as James in transition gets all the way to the rim.
The Thunder have picked up their defense a bit. James, though, is open, banks it in. A two-pointer. And LeBron James with 14, the big three. And after 2 quarters, it's 54-47 Miami.
14 points, and he was really taking it to the basket strong. He beats Harden here with a nice scoop. Then he's going to come. He had 4 steals in the first half as well. Nice dunk off of that steal. And then Kevin Durant, I'm sorry, I'm the best player in America.
Keeps his dribble nicely. Shot clock winding down, and James rattles in a 3. His first three-pointer, but the 7th for Miami. James trying to quiet the crowd. Oh, throws it in with the left hand.
The ball when they run their offense through Perkins.
Drives again, and once again off the glass. Back-to-back aggressive move.
Well, great drive by James. Takes the contact. And then in semi-transition, again, late help by the bigs of Oklahoma.
Now they go back. James puts his head down, throws it down, and a foul.
Well, good crossover by James. Picks the ball up and finishes. Good continuation call by Monty McCutcheon. And Miami extends their lead to 5.
James drives, fires it up, banks it in. What a tough shot, and the foul.
Good individual defense by Cephalosha. Good help by Collison. James spun away when he saw the trap along the baseline. Contorted his body.
Wade splits, back up LeBron James, drives hard, count it, and 1. Again, a strong move from LeBron James.
Full game. And right here, James got a running start on the closeout.
Have to play our game offensively, but they played their game too easily as LeBron James gets inside and lays it in. And when he meant that, he meant getting the ball in the paint and less jump. James. Durant already has a foul. James puts it up and in. It's 18-2.
Great force offensively.
Just 5 points in game 1. Other players play big minutes, pick up the slack. James attacks and gets it to go.
But they gave him more room.
Fine job on LeBron James in the 4th quarter. James, though, makes it look easy. Quick move. And LeBron James now with 8 points already.
Well, face up, drives at baseline, and then the strong left-hand reverse layup. Well, it started with the attack, the pick and roll here. Wade, very good pocket bounce pass to James, who goes by Kendrick Perkins. Wade loves the right to left crossover, and then the post move. The spin to the left shoulder, the pump fake, and the jump hook, and then the face up against Cephalosha. The drive by, the left-hand reverse. Terrific for
LeBron James, 8 points in the first quarter. Steal. James drives, powers in, and gets the layup to go. And it's back to 14.
Chalmers knocks it in, and the play before, LeBron James just powers through in transition. Miami on a 7-0 run.
James drives past him, head fake, puts it up, banks it in.
And again, with a shot block.
The NBA Finals at 1 apiece. Halftime in Oak City. 55-43.
Setting the tone right here, just a blow by Perkins. Here he sizes up Durant, says, I'm too big and too strong for you. Jump right over you. Nice. And he bags him in one more time. Jump hook right into the middle. Nice basket. Cephalosha, okay, you can guard me 20 feet from the basket, but can you guard me?
Basket, time and again. Pocket bounce pass by Wade to James for a layup. And then the shot fake to get Ibaka up in the air.
Nobody has 3 fouls in this game. Plenty with 2. James, he made a couple of those in the 4th quarter the other night. That left-handed shot.
They switch Perkins. And now he wants to back up and attack Perkins. Perkins does a pretty good job. But that left hand and left foot.
Whale of a game. James gets inside. Blocked by Cephalosha. James right back up and in. And he's got 18 points. The lead is 13.
To now guard Durant. Good block by Cephalosha. Good recovery by James in the left hand.
Third. Durant on the bench with 4 fouls. James the drive, gets it to go. He's got 26. To the fourth. James had 12 points in the third period. 26 for the game. This presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC continues after this message and a word from 6 to shoot. James on the drive, on the pull-up, bang shot. Beautiful play from James. He's got 30.
But the shot of the game, 94-91. Shot clock winding down, a little fade banker by LeBron.
8th in his last 9. And this was a huge and difficult shot. 30 points, 10 for 10 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 5 assists.
What is going through your mind?
I'm slowing down. You know, the clock is going really fast out up there, but I try to slow it down in my mind and get a good shot. I had a couple turnovers in the fourth quarter that I didn't like because I wasn't aggressive enough. So, you know, I was glad I was able to make a good bucket and some free throws.
Wade, difficult shot. Nope. James, the rebound, goes back up. Looked like there was something there, unless it was blocked.
Miami to start the game, attacking the basket, multiple efforts, got his shot blocked.
And right now, Harden is on Wade. James with the jump shot, gets it to go. In game 2, 9 of his 10 field goals were inside. Miller hasn't played the last couple of games. Nice feed inside, and James gets a layup.
Dwayne Wade attacking the offense. Baseline random cut. Great pass by Wade. And the big 3 of Miami have all 16 points.
From my teammate Kevin Durant, who tells me constantly how much he appreciates what I do for this basketball team. As LeBron, again, gets on the offensive glass and a putback.
LeBron James, excellent play right here.
Yeah, the only one for the Heat on the offensive glass.
James, hot step. And LeBron James with a superb first quarter. 10.
Well, again, see how Durant's getting out of there? He's got to keep his body.
He's got 6 points. First quarter complete. Heat 26, Thunder 20. Blocked, you don't see that often. James, the drive. Scoop layup.
By Mike Miller to block the shot. And then again, James in transition. He's just too good. You've got to stop the ball before he gets into the paint. James returns the favor off the high pick in transition. You look at him take off, then jump stop, and then finish. And that's the one I was saying that Kevin Durant.
In and out. Here comes James. Heat looking to push. James drives inside. And a foul. That's going to be 2 on Durant. And a chance for a 3-point play for LeBron James.
Spectacular move by James, but an absolute trotting Oklahoma City defense in transition leaves Durant out on an island. Cephalosha, Westbrook, Perkins, all in a truck.
And put ourselves in a position to win late.
LeBron, thanks. Mike.
Another terrific first half for LeBron James. Again, the 16 points. It helped. Wade had 11 2 games. Much better here tonight. But LeBron James overpowering at times. Halftime of game 3.
LeBron and the Miami Heat hanging on to a 1-point lead over Oklahoma City. He's got that game high 16. The second half of a pivotal game 3 in Miami is coming up next.
The rim.
Well, LeBron James for a 3-point play in transition. Shot. Miami's got to find somebody who can space the floor.
James, hot step, lays it up. Nice soft touch. And LeBron James with his first points of the... Wade kicks it out. James for 3. Puts it in. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade have the Heat back up by 2 as we head to the fourth quarter. And this presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations. James battling for redemption after the disappointing loss in the finals last year. The series tied at 1 game apiece.
Never got in the backcourt.
Harden, meanwhile, loses the ball. James the drive. Count it and 1. Durant his 5th foul. And James puts Miami up.
Well, good decision by Chalmers. Durant a little late. Yeah, again, James with a head of steam is the most difficult cover in the game.
By 5. James puts his head down, drives inside and puts it in off the glass.
But they played the stop. Bosch in semi-transition sets a great screen on Cephalosha. The little twisting layup by James. But it starts with the good screen, playing with a little bit more offensive pace. And down at the other end, West.
One another to get shots, especially in the half court. So when you get stops, you try to get early offense. That always helps, and we was able to do that a little bit tonight.
You absorbed the matchup with Kevin Durant. What are your objectives?
Isolate James with Cephalosha, gets past him inside. Perkins screens him, misses. James the rebound, back up and in. He's done that a number of times.
Hitting on the...
To the rim, Bosch greeted him. James releases down the other end and banks it in. Westbrook drives on Cephalosha. Tries again, gets inside, left-handed. Boy, he makes that look easy, and it's so hard right from the start.
Well, the attack, well defended. The second attack, the avoidance of Collison with the little left-hand flip. This is very good defense, but better offense. LeBron James with an exquisite.
James Jones off the dribble, back up top. LeBron James down the lane, layup is good, walks it in, gets to the rim.
And if you're Serge Ibaka, well, LeBron James, when single covered in the post, has proved.
First half. James goes right at Cephalosha, banks in another. Powerful.
Well, James in a 4-on-4 situation, again, plays off the body of Cephalosha, no help coming.
Game 4, LeBron James, a distributor, 8 assists in the first 24 minutes.
Got to feel pretty upset about not having this big lead. And you mentioned LeBron James on the other end. This guy is still on the attack mode, so reluctant to take jump shots. Everything still is to the rim. He's in an attack mode. 8 assists in this first half, and I'm going to tell you, 6 of those were for 3-point shots. Norris Cole with a couple
pushes. James gets to the rim. Turnaround, bank shot, 7-point lead, largest of the night for Miami.
Well, James backing in. It's a lot of dribbles for no support, but that's just no contest. It's just like...
Now Durant back on James. Knocks down the jumper. 20 points for LeBron James. He has their last 8 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds. It's 79-75 Heat. This presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations. James down the other end now. Pulls up and banks it in. What a turnaround. Oklahoma City had numbers as James is now limping up the floor and waved with a marvelous block.
And these are the plays that turn games. Good defense by Oklahoma City. Numbers in transition going the other way. Blocked.
While he's limping, but you can see now how he's laboring going up the floor. Call to shoot. Tries a 3. Bang! LeBron James from downtown. And how about James? He comes back on the floor. He's obviously still limping. and nails the three-pointer.
And we saw a similar shot against Boston in the crucial Game 7. Terrific extension and follow-through.
Oklahoma City went up by 2. Gives it away to Chalmers. James on the break and the finish. Well, that's not a bad way to start with your Miami. Guarding him. Cephalosha remains on LeBron James, who gets inside. Count it and 1. And that's 2 on Cephalosha.
Wade looks like he's going to run that double high pick and roll, but he throws it to Chalmers. James on a great random cut catches the ball in the paint. Catch and finish.
We're midway through the first. James drives right at Ibaka. Count it and a foul.
Efficient defense. No one picks up Bosch, so no one's up on the screen on the ball. James gets a running start and attacks the rim with ferocity and strength. The Miami Heat up 6 early.
Beat by 5. Harden back on James. Quick spin, drive right at Perkins and banks it in. So strong going to the rim.
Harden's body, and that's too easy. And Perkins has no chance to get outside and really have a chance to impact that shot. But the strength, did you see
his drive, a shooting foul, and here he is again.
And the concentration to keep his eyes up on the...
Stolen by Chalmers. Back to LeBron James, lays it in. An avalanche from Miami. It's 53-36.
Three-point line, and off the turnover. Good play by Mario Chalmers. And the finish by LeBron James.
He was under the basket further than he thought. LeBron James on a mission all season.
13 points, 5 assists, everything to the basket. Drives right through Ibaka's face for that and one opportunity. Blows by Harden, contorts and finishes against Perkins.
4, and it's not even halftime of Game 5. James again drives inside. Ibaka stays with him, and he still puts it in.
Well, they switched that pick and roll.
All 6 baskets were going to the basket. This is a man who wants to win a championship, Michael, and he's taking his team, putting it on the back. He's driving right at Ibaka right there and 1. He comes right in, oopsie-doops on Ibaka again, and he takes it right to the basket one more time.
James, his ability to attack the rim, his ability to draw double teams and open up the...
Clinch their franchise's second championship. Wade throws it to James down the lane. Layup, banks it in. Largest lead of the night. Timeout, Thunder in command.
And this was really not a great offensive possession. Wade goes up, finds James on the bailout, but the finish is so exquisite. To adjust, adapt, avoid, and then knock in a layup to put him up 19.
James has 19 points. A total team effort led by LeBron James, but 6 players in double figures. Wade flips it up. That won't go. Still battling for rebounds. James won't. Gets another one. Puts it up. Banks it in. And a foul. He gets his triple-double and a chance for a 3-point.
Well, after a couple shaky possessions, great effort by James. The initial shot missed, back up again, and then the strength to earn the 3-point opportunity.
He's going to get a nice big contract somewhere. You'd expect it to be in Oklahoma City as James finishing it off. For this team. Well, he can finally smile and relax. And knowing him, it'll only be for a couple of days, Jeff, and then he'll get right back to work preparing for next year.
They should lock the office for the next month.
Final minute of the final game of the 2012 NBA Finals.
I love to see the joy on players' faces over there, the unbridled joy. It's a remarkable thing. They have all the fame and the money, and yet the accomplishment of being the best at what you do in any one year brings incredible joy.
What a difference a year makes. 2011 had such a bitter ending, making this celebration all that much sweeter. And there's the smile you look for. And LeBron James caps off an MVP regular season with a magnificent playoff run and an extraordinary performance in the finals. No doubt he'll be named the finals MVP. We'll get it official coming up in a little bit as the shot clock is turned off. The Miami Heat are once again NBA champions. LeBron James captures that elusive title he so desperately coveted. A celebration in full swing here at the American Airlines Arena. Well, this finally put an end to all the criticism. In today's world, perhaps not, but even anybody that's ever rooted against him, and you love the game of basketball, you've got to respect and admire what LeBron James brings to the court every time he steps on the floor. A remarkable talent at both ends of the floor, and one of the most unselfish stars the league has ever seen. LeBron James is an NBA champion, and he's with Doris.
LeBron, your decision to come to Miami was not made without difficult choices, nor ramifications for the way those played. In light of everything you've been through in the last 2 years, what is this moment like for you?
It means everything. I made a difficult decision to leave Cleveland, but I understood what my future was about. And I understood that coming to Miami and being a part of this organization and being able to put together this team, I knew we had a bright future. And, this is a dream come true for me. I've been through a lot the last 2 years, but, this is definitely a way that it pays off.
Your approach in this finals is in stark contrast to the guy we saw in last year's finals. What put you in a place to get back to being LeBron James?
Losing in the finals last year put me back in place. It humbled me a lot. And I was able to go back to the basics. A lot of people had a lot to do with it, but at the end of the day, I just looked myself in the mirror and said, you need to be better, both on and off the floor. And I'm happy that I was able to put myself and our team in a position to win this.
Look in that mirror and smile, LeBron. Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Mike.
Thanks so much.
Well, Jeff, he was a different player on the court this year and a different person off the court, it appeared, especially the way he handled everything that surrounds being an NBA player in the spotlight.
Well, when you call yourself out and say you were immature, I think that takes incredible amount of self-reflection to not only come to that conclusion to yourself, but to put it out there for consumption by everyone who follows the sport. A terrific moment for him.
And a former Heat champion, Alonzo Mourning, the congratulations. All the work, all the practices, all the film sessions, all the extra shooting ends in unbridled joy. The 2012 NBA title will reside in Miami.
I am honored beat them all, Bill Russell, after whom the MVP trophy is named. And LeBron James averaged 28.6 points, 10.2 rebounds, 7.4 assists, and is the unanimous choice for the MVP, the Bill Russell Most Valuable Player Trophy of the 2012 NBA Finals.
The chants say it all. LeBron James, MVP of the finals. Given everything you've been through, when the clock hit triple zeros, what's the first thing that ran through your mind?
It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
Going back to last year's finals, the way it ended, the way you struggled, the ton of criticism that came your way in so many different ways, what's the one thing that was said or written that bothered you the most?
That I was selfish. That's the only thing that bothered me. That, you know, a lot of people said I was a selfish person, a selfish basketball player, and you know, I strive on being a team player, you know, doing whatever it takes to help this team win. But at the same time, I use it as motivation. And you know, I'm happy that I was able to make enough plays to put ourselves in a position to win this championship.
You said that last year you were trying to prove something, and this year you realized you didn't have to do that. So how do you refocus your mind? How did you do that?
I just went back to the basics. You know, I knew what got me to this point, and that was hard work and dedication. And I never had to prove anything to anyone. You know, in my first 7 years, I just went out and let the game take care of itself. And last year, I tried to prove something to everybody. You know, and I played with a lot of hate, and that's not the way I play the game of basketball. I play it with a lot of love, with a lot of passion, and that's what I got back to this year.
We saw you on the broadcast, seconds left in the game. What was going on the bench in your show of just unbridled emotion?
Man, this right here is the happiest day of my life. It's the happiest day of my life, and I wouldn't want to spend it with nobody else in the world besides my teammates, these fans. Oh my God, you guys are unbelievable. And this is a dream come true.
LeBron James, the 7th player in NBA history to have multiple triple-doubles in the NBA Finals. Congratulations, go enjoy it.